the record of 1 win with 4 losses. He represents Rocket City MMA out of Huntsville, Alabama. This is Eric Lewis.
Eric Lewis, the first walkout at the Underground in Nashville, Tennessee. Eric Lewis coming in from Rocket City MMA in Huntsville, Alabama, taking on Zack Lozano. Battle of 1 in 4 fighters, but don't let that impact you, as these two are very well matched up in a catchweight bout at 140 pounds. Vince Ferrara, Torres Finney, Ronnie Lawrence, your broadcast crew here, Cage Side. We're at the Underground, live on pay-per-view, combatcast.tv. Appreciate you joining us. Such an awesome venue. And this first matchup, Lewis versus Lozano. Torres, we'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about Eric Lewis and Zack Lozano in this first catchweight bout, how you think these two match up.
Well, the big thing about Eric Lewis, man, is, his 1 in 4 record really doesn't show exactly who he is. Eric Lewis is really competitive. He fought one of my teammates, Jalen Harper. He had another previous fight that went the distance as well. Eric Lewis also was fighting in Chattanooga, and he was winning that fight, and a phantom submission call happened, and he never tapped. It just because he was yelling, they called the submission, and he said he was never down. So Eric Lewis is a really good competitor. I'm excited to see him fight tonight.
All right, Lewis is in the cage. Back to Jeff.
He has a record of 1 win with 4 losses. He represents Legion MMA right here in Nashville, Tennessee. This is Zack Lozano.
So here comes Zack Lozano from Legion MMA in Nashville, also 1 in 4. He's a blue belt, and this is a little bit of a clash of styles, right? And with the striker versus the ground game of Lozano.
Yes, Lozano was a big-time striker, man, and his 1 in 4 record is a little bit it's the same. He comes in, he's tough. He's gritty. He comes out a little wild sometimes, but the thing about Lozano, he come to fight. And seeing Lozano and Eric Lewis, both of these guys going to stand up. Eric Lewis is more comfortable on the ground, I believe. I don't know much about the jiu-jitsu of Lozano, but I do know seeing these two guys scrap it off is going to be a great one.
All right, set it up. Tail the tape for you in this catchweight bout at 140 pounds. Eric Lewis, 26 years old. Zack Lozano is 28 years old. Lozano at 5'6", Lewis at 5'8", so 2-inch advantage for Lewis. The record is the same at 1 and 4. Lewis weighed in at 142.5 pounds. Lozano at 140.8. So Lewis a little bit over that catchweight agreement at 140. And you mentioned both these guys that Lewis had some tough competition. Zack Lozano is coming off of a loss to George Pirat. That was a 3rd-round TKO loss back in March of this year. All right, we are ready to go. Valor Underground in Nashville, Tennessee. Eric Lewis in the black and white trunks. Zack Lozano in the all-black trunks with the blue trim. Catchweight bout at 143, 3-minute rounds. MMA to get us started. Live at the Underground, Valor Underground in Nashville. They touch gloves, and we are underway. Great to have you with us live on pay-per-view. CombatCast.tv. Vince Ferrara, Torres Finney, and they eat Ronnie Lawrence.
Really good leg kick to start off by Lewis. Lozano being a little bit more patient.
Ronnie, a little bit of feeling out process here early?
Yeah, it definitely looks like Lozano's looking to change levels, but maybe just filling them out real good. They're definitely starting slow. That's kind of the way I like to be.
Feint by Lewis. Lewis's last fight was a loss to Montana Kites. Was a split decision loss back in, actually just last month in June. Lewis acknowledging the strike from Lozano.
Oh, really nice roundhouse leg kick by Lewis. Solid back-to-back leg kicks from him.
Lewis from that Rocket City MMA camp. You know those guys are going to be ready to go. Tough guys in that camp.
Yes, a lot of good tough guys, and he has a teammate also fighting on this card, Justin Jamar.
Yep. Caleb Miller, our referee. 3 3-minute rounds. First bout of 15 tonight here at Valor Underground in Nashville.
And for 1-4, they're showing some good patience.
Really nice leg kick for Lewis. They both might be 1-4, but you got to remember 5 fights of experience.
No, exactly. You can tell.
You learn.
You can see the redness on that front foot of Lozano. Both in the thigh and around the knee.
You see Eric starting. Oh, really good jab by Eric. You see Eric starting to get him a little bit cornered to the cage. You know, it's really interesting to see when he started adding some combinations to this.
It's like he's starting to flow a little bit too.
All of Lewis's 5 fights have been since September of last year. So he's been very, very active since starting in amateur MMA.
Eric is starting to cut the cage off on Lozano now.
Lewis's one win. Sorry, was that Valor Fighting Challenge 72 in his first bout. 4 losses since.
Oh, nice inside leg kick by Lozano.
Nice and loud.
Double jab from Lewis.
Ooh,
Wow.
boy.
It must have felt good.
You can hear the echo here. It's a low roof.
Oh, good chop.
Final seconds of round number 1. First bout of the night at Valor Underground.
Oh,
Oh,
really good
Way to
exchange.
end it.
Oh,
Wow. Some sweat.
Every time I think one guy's starting to get the leads, the other guy comes back with something.
Some sweat and some spit flying. Torres, take us through this replay here from round 1.
well,
Oh, actually, that's not it.
we're really
Here we go.
interested
We're
in
back.
replay. But from what I saw so far in round 1, you know, it was a lot of trading of the leg kicks back and forth. But I think that little exchange at the end, you know, with Lozano slightly getting the upper hand, it looked like it stumbled Eric a
Yeah,
little
it was
bit.
a nice little hook.
And
So-
here it is.
So here you got, you know, Eric sitting here, you know, cut him off the cage, got Lozano's back on the fence. And you see they're both being patient. You've both being patient. I think Eric started to take advantage. Nice inside leg kick and roundhouse by Lozano.
That was a loud one.
Yeah, that was really loud. So that's when Eric started to turn it up. He knew the round was coming to an end. But I think right here, as he was starting to add a little bit more volume, another leg kick.
That was a good chop right there.
At the end of that round, I think that slight stumble from what Lozano did to Lewis, I think they could have done enough to steal it.
Did not hear who they gave that round to in amateur MMA in the state of Tennessee. It's open scoring.
Oh,
So,
he's starting quick.
And after Lozano seeing what he did at the end of that round, I think he wants to come back at him now. Another nice inside leg kick. Very patient by Eric. Man, he's tearing up that front leg.
And they're not checking.
Yeah, none. You can see the redness on Lozano's.
Yeah, they're bad.
Lozano's one win was against Andrew Davis Henry at Primal Combat 1. That was via rear naked choke in the first round.
Ooh, another really good leg kick. They're adding up big time, man. Ooh, really good inside leg kick.
Nope, we're switching now. That's what I like to see.
Lozano, let's switch stance for a quick
Okay.
second. Ooh, another inside leg kick. He's taking that entire leg away.
Chopping that tree. That's like Poirier on McGregor last time.
Yeah.
If he's not going to check it, keep kicking him.
This is the same little spot where Eric had him at the end of the first. Slightly caught it. I would like to see Eric be a little more aggressive on him when he get him on the cage.
It would be a good idea.
Oh,
right
Well,
here.
As soon as you said it.
Superman punch from Lewis. Midway point of round number 2, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds.
Another really good inside leg kick.
So, what can he do to take advantage of him chopping down that tree, Ronnie? What's the follow up to that work that he's put into that lead leg?
I mean,
of
there's
Lozano?
so many things you can do. You can kick the leg, set down on the outside. You can knee. You can do question mark kick and go to the head. You could fake it and do a teep to the stomach. You could start switching your hips. They think you're going to kick. You punch him with the left hook, you bring another chop. I mean, it's endless once you get that leg kick going.
Well, Lozano with that Superman punch looked like he pushed off on it. Maybe still has some use of it. But
He
it looks
definitely
tough.
doesn't look too hindered as of yet. It's just nice and red and looks like it's hurting when it's hitting him.
Both are being really cautious. You know, they have a lot of
Yeah.
opportunities in the pocket. You know, with a lot of single strikes, not enough combinations, a lot of single leg kicks, nothing off of them.
Lewis is doing a good job feinting sometimes. He's just not he's not following up his feints sometimes.
Yeah, he's not.
Bigger cage here tonight.
Oh,
Maybe we
really
should
good
see.
jab by Eric.
Sneaky.
I think he felt that one, man.
But kind of what you were talking about, Ronnie's talking about not the combos, just the one.
You can't throw one the whole time unless you're a pot shot king.
See if somebody has a late flurry here to steal the round. That's the end of round number 2. So,
I would say Lewis got that one.
Sorry?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, depending on what the judges thought in that first round, you know, after that flurry by Lozano, that looked like it slightly stumbled Lewis.
Exactly.
It's either 1-1 or 2-0 Lewis. And I truly believe, I think it could be 1-1.
I thought Lewis was winning until that last exchange, so it depends on if the judge might have blinked.
So Ronnie, take us through this replay. Tell us what you see.
Right now, he's doing real like light pressure. It's almost more mentally taxing than it is physically taxing. He's going backwards the whole time.
Yeah, and that's an attempt at that Superman. You know,
It didn't land great, but it looked nice, and his hair, shook around and all that. I mean, hey,
Whatever influences the judges.
whatever
right?
influences the judges, that's really what it comes down to.
That's true. The main thing is, as I've already said before, I would like to see a lot more action out of Eric. Eric has his back on the cage. He's cutting the half. He cutting half of the cage off on him. I would like to see more combinations from Eric. I think, but after that exchange in the first, you know, he
That's the
probably
thing.
looked cautious.
He tried it, and then he got clipped.
One of the losses by Eric Lewis in his career was to to Daniel Gonzalez. That was a loss via leg hook. Ooh,
Oh, the sweat blew off right there.
first shoot in from Lozano.
And I really thought he was going to shoot early by the
Oh,
way his
really
stance
good
looked.
knee to the body by Lozano.
Got to make it dirty.
Different sort of urgency and approach here by Lozano.
All right, man. Eric Lewis was talking to the corner of Lozano while he was defending the takedown.
Yo, he did it. He did it well.
Now Eric Lewis has his body lock on the cage on Lozano. Now Lozano got back inside, palmed back inside.
Yeah, he's got great head position right now too.
Really good strike by Lewis.
That loss to Gonzalez by Lewis was controversial because he was ruled to have tapped, and he said he didn't.
Yes, that's exactly what his last fight for Valor was.
Yep. That was at Valor 82.
In a fight that he dropped him. You know, Eric Lewis was winning the fight, and you know, just can't talk at that point.
That was a good move by the ref.
Really good move by the referee.
Caleb Miller separates them. They touch gloves.
Thinking Lozano feels it. Not a lot of action was on that cage, so I agree with the decision by Caleb Miller.
Yeah, it was there on there for a little while.
Yeah.
The fight could very well be in the balance here in the last half of the final round. Here at Valor Underground getting it started.
Oh, another good
Oh, nice chop.
leg.
Shook his head.
He feels him.
Never good to shake your head.
Well, Lozano is, man, that face is red, man. He is marked up.
Okay.
Big deep breath by Lozano.
Oh. I think Lozano got to understand the fact that he got to be a little more aggressive. I would say the same for Eric, but, you know, you don't know what the judges are thinking. I think these guys got to show some aggression. Eric, that's Lozano going for it.
He's listening to you.
Another good inside leg kick by Lewis.
And he's not limping, but that leg's got to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be so.
And you also got to think, Lozano's been backing up most of the fight as well.
Yeah,
You gotta-
cage presence. That makes a difference.
And he's not circling much.
Final seconds. Who's got a flurry to try to sway the judges? Kick from Lozano. The left. And no punch. They will hug out. And we will go to the
Not
judges'
bad.
scorecards. Yeah, how about that?
Hey,
3 full rounds. 9 minutes.
way to
quality
open it up. Way to open it up.
All right, Torres, take us through this replay here from this third round.
I mean, yes, Eric right here, to me, I think he controlled majority of the cage. Another good jab. He landed some of those jabs really good.
Really, right on the nose.
Little triple jab right there, some action right there. But the main thing that kept Eric Lewis in this fight was those constant leg kicks, those constant outside leg kicks, those constant inside leg kicks, keeping Lozano backing up. Here go a little flurry here from Lozano, but nothing really landed. I'll say Lozano best part of this fight was that flurry after the first. But besides that, I think Lozano held back off that a little bit, and I think Eric Lewis did do enough to get the victory in this one.
I agree.
He came out with a different urgency than Lozano in that third round.
Absolutely. I thought he was about to like go after it, and then once the first move and the second move didn't pan out too well, he kind of went back to the way he was fighting the rest of the fight for the most part.
We'll see what the judges thought of it. Our judges here tonight: Justin Watson, Daniel Zemba, David Hudson. Ring girls in the cage right now: Taylor Knight, Josie Bumpus. Fight doctor is Danielle Cherdak. Lisa Doran, the Gamma rep. Chandler Goins, the timekeeper.
Yeah, you look at this. I mean, Eric Lewis, Lozano, even though they're both amateurs, they can turn pro at any time. But, a lot of these guys coming into this, they want to win. Both being 1-4, sometimes if that's what they want to do, they get cautious. You don't want to take that chance. So both of them being 1-4, I don't think both wanted really to take that chance of putting themselves in a harmful situation. And I think that's the fight we saw. But I think Eric Lewis did do enough to get the victory. We'll see. The judges think.
Yeah, we'll see.
Both of them very active in the past year or so. Somebody's going to 2-4. The other's dropping a 1-5. Let's go to the judges' scorecards. Here's our man, Jeff Hobbs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a judges' scorecard. Your judges scored this bout 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28, all for your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Eric Lewis.
30-27, 30-27, 29-28. For Eric Lewis, moves to 2-4. Zach Lozano, 1-5. Do you agree with that, Ronnie?
Yeah, even though he lost that last exchange, I thought he won the whole entire rest of the round in the first. So I agree with that.
George?
Yeah, I can see 30-27. Yeah, it's not a bad decision.
What you said earlier was correct. First round's a toss-up.
Yeah. But he controlled majority of the first round. I'm about to say, besides that exchange at the end, probably. But rounds 2 and 3, easy, Eric.